Hello and welcome back to The Rundown, the one show where it's all things Ouachita Sports all the time. I'm Ben Klein, and alongside me is the man himself, Jackson Carter. Jackson, tell us what we got in store for this week.
Well, Ben, we've got our old favorites back for another season, plus some new faces on the staff. We're going to get an overview of intramurals with our resident experts, Mitchell Kelly and Tyler Davis. Then we're going to head over to our newest segment, Colson's Countdown. But first, Ben, catch us up with Tiger Athletics.
The Tiger basketball team went down last Saturday against the Mule Riders of Southern Arkansas. The game went into overtime, and a last-second three from Micah Delph bounced out to give Southern Arkansas the win. Delph is no stranger to the last-second shot, as he hit a jumper with 3 seconds left to give the Tigers a W last week in the Battle of the Ravine. The Tigers were back in action last night, and we'll have a breakdown of that game next week.
The Ouachita Tiger Sharks and Lady Tiger Sharks faced off against Henderson State last Friday night at Wagner Pool. It was senior night for the Ouachita Tigers in the last home meet of the season. The Lady Tiger Sharks dominated the Lady Reddies and won by a team score of 124-99. Ouachita placed at least 2 swimmers in the top 3 of all but 2 events and swept all of the relay events.
In the men's events, Tiger Sharks started off taking the first 3 spots in the 200-yard freestyle with Neil Fogel, Matt Cox, and Jan Rockta finishing 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, respectively. The Tigers would repeat that in the 50-yard freestyle with Kenton Scott, Tim Ferriss, and Dawson Pritchard taking the top 3 spots. Despite strong swimming and some of their best times of the season, the Tigers would come just short and fell 149-91.
The women's basketball team comes off a tough 2-game stretch after dropping games to Henderson State and the Mule Riders of SAU. The Lady Tigers were led by Elise Holman, who scored 15 points in 19 minutes and grabbed 5 boards. Katie Kapler followed with 10 points and 8 rebounds. Ouachita only shot 14% from deep and 53% from the free throw line. The girls were back in action last night against the Southeastern Oklahoma State, and we will have a recap next week. The Tiger wrestling
team got a close win against the University of Central Missouri last Saturday. The Tigers jumped out to an early lead and were able to hang on to a 21-22 win over the Mules. Falls from Nate Rodriguez and Bobby Williams, a major decision from Dallas Smith, and a tough third period from 197-pounder Odell Lee helped seal the deal for the Tigers. The Tigers host Lindenwood this Sunday, February 2nd. The first match is at 2 o'clock.
Well, that's all we've got for collegiate sports. Now let's head over to Colson's Countdown, our newest addition to the show.
Welcome. This is Colson's Countdown, the portion of the rundown that focuses on the not-so-glamorous moments in intramural sports. From air balls to in-your-face dunks and everything in between, we will bring you the week's not top 5 plays. If you happen to make a mistake in intramurals, don't worry. We're here to show it to the whole student body. Tune in next week for our first installment. I'm Colson Leichner reminding you to keep messing up so that I can have a job. Kicking it over now to Mitch and Ty in the intramural segment.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the 3rd season of The Rundown, more specifically your intramural segment. I'm your host, Mitchell Kelly. Alongside me here is my good friend and co-host, Tyler Davis, and we are very excited about bringing you yet another season of intramurals, but more specifically, intramural basketball, one of our most exciting sports. Tyler, what's it look like?
Well, it looks just as exciting as ever, Mitch. We have 5 different leagues, 44 teams, and a total of 430 athletes participating. Basketball is definitely the most participated in intramural sports here at Ouachita. And looking at the men's leagues, just give me some sleepers, teams to beat, and maybe a team that may need to regroup.
Definitely. I think I'm going to start and focus on the middle league. I feel like that's probably the greatest competition, the closest competition. We've already had multiple games decided by 3 points or less. So if I could kind of give 2 teams to look for, I would start with actually Rho Sigma White, as they have just recently acquired Kyle Frazier, former quarterback at Auburn, now playing here for the Tigers. Brings a lot of athleticism to the team, as well as the other football players on that team. They've started strong at 1-0. On the flip side of that coin, I take a look at actually a couple soccer players that have banded together in Nathan Gay, Andrew Davis, Stephen Williams, and they have recently acquired Jason Bean, the director of intramural sports. They have a team. The team name is Andrew Drop the Ball. They have also started off 1-0. They look good. On the complete opposite side of good teams, I would actually take a look at Blood Bath and Beyond. Less than 2 years ago, they're playing in a championship, and now they've started off 0-2, struggling. They've lost 2 ball handlers in Trey Lynch and Chris Rycroft. I would say that they would be a team that needs to look to regroup, possibly even pick up some new players. So that would kind of be middle league. Tyler, kind of give me upper league, lower league.
Well, as far as upper league, it only has 4 teams, so there's not a lot to choose from. But I would say the team to beat would be the Big Lexi Ballers. They're 2-0. They have 2 former starting Ouachita Tigers on their team. They're going to be hard to take out. And as far as a team that might want to regroup, I would say 2 words: championship. They lost by at least 50 or 60 points, and barring a miracle, they're going to be 1 word: winless. So now on to the men's lower league team. I would say Bazinga looks good. They're 1-0. The Beta Doo-Doo Heads are also 1-0, but biased or not, the team to beat in the lower league, I would say, would be the Toon Squad. They looked really good against the Scrubs in the first game. They gave up a little bit of a second half run, but they handled the Scrubs pretty well, and so I see them taking it all the way to the championship.
Well, thank you, Tyler, and thank you guys for being with us again for a 3rd season. Just kind of a quick overview of what basketball is going to look like. We're going to be with you here for all the action, interviews, highlights, statistics, even the brand new Not Top 5. So be looking for us, and we'll be back to you here next week. Back to you, Ben Klein.
Well, that just about does it for our first episode back of The Rundown. Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram at The Rundown OBU. For Jackson Carter, I'm Ben Klein telling you to keep it sporty, Ouachita.
It over to Tyler and Mitchell. Sorry, I need to do it again.